Obviously, going back, you guys were on the road a couple weekends ago in Minnesota, then had a Wednesday game in Bismarck, capped it off last weekend with a series against the Shamrocks. Back at home, Tauros go 4-1 in that stretch. How are you guys feeling, I guess, after that busy week?
Yeah, it was a good weekend. I think, if you ask our guys, I don't think we had a great weekend, but we executed offensively a number of times, which was good to see. And there's some things to clean up for sure.
Yeah, we're about a third of the way through the schedule so far this year. Top to bottom teams have been competitive, including how has the competitive nature of the Central Division been so far?
It's a little bit different, obviously, adding the two new teams, the Mallards and Watertown. That has brought a different aspect, especially in terms of preparation, with us just now seeing the Watertown Shamrocks for the first time. But for the most part, I mean, every game is just another 2 points to be played. So for us and our standard, we try to treat it as doesn't matter who you're putting against us, we're treating it as 2 points.
And Lauren mentioned, obviously the Mallards played really competitive in that Friday night game, and then the Shamrocks also competitive last Saturday. What are the most important things when you talk about keeping focus for a full near 60-game season?
Well, I think just as I just said, I mean, if you're taking each game as it is, what it really is, in terms of it just being 2 points, I mean, that can really narrow your focus and maintain that focus throughout a 60-game season. It's when you start thinking about other games and other competition as you're going through week by week. That's when you can get off kilter.
And we talked a little bit about Watertown and the Mallards, but taking it back to last Wednesday, we obviously played Bismarck, and that has been a very, very big rivalry, just in general. How have you seen that grow, just in general, as you've been here?
Well, I think last year playing them in the playoffs to get to the Robertson Cup, I think that obviously takes it a step further. I don't think we as an organizations have ever met in that fashion. So that has definitely broadened that rivalry. And then on top of it, going back to this season, we were the first team to beat them. Again, just furthering that rivalry. But again, like I said, for us in terms of our mentality and in terms of our preparation, it's just another 2 points. It doesn't matter who you put against us.
And I think, when you look at kind of the bigger picture, a third of the way through the season, I would say you guys are starting to round into form. You go all the way back to that Aberdeen series here. You got the weekend sweep there, picked another weekend sweep up against the Mallards, and then this past weekend against the Shamrocks. What has impressed you most from this group of guys through 1/3 of the season?
I think it's taking a step forward, especially offensively like we did this weekend. I think we executed, and we executed in terms of some guys that hadn't had offensive production, such as Murr and Murray Marvin Cordes and Davin Nicholas, guys that aren't typically known for offensive production. They stepped up big this weekend and got some points.
Looking ahead to this weekend, we do play in the Mesa Arena again for 2 weekends in a row against the Mallards this weekend as we host them for the first time ever. How are we feeling just about playing the Mallards, I guess, here?
I think for us, it's making sure that we're prepared, knowing who we are playing against. Right? They just came off of a couple wins this past weekend, or I think they beat North Iowa on Saturday. So they have a little bit of confidence coming in this weekend, and making sure that if we play to our standard, I think we'll be just fine.
Then, of course, you guys will hit the road the following weekend to once again take on the Mallards. So you guys kind of playing them 3 times in a short time frame. Does that change your approach at all when you face them so much in such a small time frame, especially given now there are 8 teams in the division, so you generally see each team less?
I mean, it's a little bit more fresh in your mind in terms of preparing for this team, since we just got done playing them a few weeks ago. But in terms of the focus for this weekend, right? I mean, it's just another 2 games, 2 points on Friday, 2 points on Saturday. So really, until we get to next week, and that's when it might change a little bit. But no, it really doesn't change any of the preparation.
And our last question for you, obviously Saturday is a really big night here in Mesa Arena. It is the Shields Teddy Bear Toss. How excited are you for the guys that haven't experienced it to experience it?
It's definitely fun for the guys that haven't experienced this game, and especially that first goal. When it happens,
Yeah.
the amount of bears that end up going onto the ice,
That's
it is a little bit startling, and you're like, okay, guys, help out, clean up. But for the most part, it's really good what we do for local charities and things like that.
Yeah, I'm excited. Both me and Edward haven't
Yeah.
seen it, so we're excited
You're in
to
for a
see
treat.
the mass amount of bears that are going to be thrown on the ice.
So to our fans, make sure to pick up your tickets Friday and Saturday night, 7:35 puck drop here at the Mesa Arena. Toros taking on the Minnesota Mavericks, hosting them for the first time in franchise history. And as far as the teddy bear toss, make sure to bring new or gently used teddy bears or stuffed animals to toss on the ice before, or I guess after, the first Toro goal. As always, you can scan that QR code, take you to the website. The weekend preview is up for that series, as well as our social media, so make sure to follow those. And with that, we'll say so long until tomorrow. You can tune into Tauros All Access, 3 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook Live.